Hello, everybody. This is Mandy from Laugh and Grackle, and we are going to be having our shadow, and we'll go ahead and just get into it. Today's oracle card is emotions and toxic masculinity. A person is having a crisis that is triggering them to anger. This anger is a product of not dealing with the main source of pain, be it repressed emotional trauma, unresolved needs, jealousy of another person's life, or just envious of their success. By acknowledging, forgiving, and processing the events helps for us to stabilize our feelings about what had happened in the past. Hopefully that helps somebody out there. This one also hit home quite a bit, and that had to do with my sister. I always got very angry at her for what seemed like little stuff, and I wasn't for sure on exactly why I was being like that. Well, that ended up with me, my sister, and my dad sitting down at the table, and I ended up telling them that I had been what I think has been sexually abused by a family member. And I think the aggression with my sister was the sheer fact that nobody else knew. That's basically the situation. But yeah, that the whole blowing things up and not any grounded anger. It was very random, very volatile, to say the least. And it was very, very venomous between me and her. And, after we sat down and talked, it ended up coming out. And my dad ended up saying, "Oh, really? Let me just talk to him for a minute." Yeah. And like a few days later, I guess, I don't know if things got around to him, but he ended up committing suicide, which took my anxiety from here to here. And that actually, got me to relax a little bit, so that I didn't have to worry about seeing him at family reunions or, any of that stuff. But, I think that random anger was that, nobody knew, which, it did come out, and I told my mom, because there was a really weird doctor's appointment, and I was trying out for cheerleading, and the doctor said you had to get her on birth control right now and all this stuff, and he was telling my mom that I had had sex. Now, mind you, I was in 8th grade at that point. I didn't even have a boyfriend. So yeah, it was just weird, and my mom didn't know how to handle it as well. So, but she did the best that she could with what I told her. And the weird thing about it is that I don't remember the physical act. I just remember all of the fallout from it. I was doing really weird things at a very, very young age. And, you know, it was kind of like a self-harming kind of thing, but not really, like cutting or, anything like that. It was just really odd things. I don't know how else to put it, but, well, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Come on back and see me a little bit later. We'll have our black. And I got kind of an alfalfa thing going on. But I will see you guys later, and hopefully somebody relates to this. So, have a good night.